week on Storyboard, we speak to Kartik Iyer and Praveen Das about their agency Happy, which was recently rechristened Happy Magari Bowen after the acquisition by Dentsu Aegis Network. We also speak to Steve Hasker, Global President and COO Nielsen, about the challenges faced by a marketer when it comes to audience measurement, and also ask him about his agency's plans for India. Diwali is just around the corner, and Tanishq is one brand that is bringing in Diwali mood with their new TVC. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. This is Shibani Gharat. Dentsu Aegis Network recently acquired Happy Creative Services. This agency will join the global Magari Bowen network of agencies and will be rebranded as Happy Magari Bowen. This acquisition also marks the beginning of the first Magari Bowen agency in India as it expands its footprints in Asia with other offices in Singapore, Hong Kong and China. Happy will continue to be headquartered in Bengaluru. The agency's co-founders and chief executive Kartik Iyer and co-founder and managing director Praveen Das will join Dentsu's leadership team, reporting to Ashish Bhasin, chairman and CEO of the Dentsu Aegis Network South Asia. We caught up with them and spoke to them about this acquisition.
I would like to see our happy clients. Since we're talking about happy, I think I'll keep it to that. And clients will be happy if they've done really outstanding work and if we've been successful in building great brands for them. I'd like to see happy employees, not just the employees of Happy Magari Bowen, they should be happy, but all of the Dentsu Aegis Network employees should be happy to have Happy Magari Bowen as a part of the family, and happy shareholders, and shareholders who put in money into investments into any business expect good returns, good business performance, and that is what will make them happy. So if these three happy ticks are there 3 years from now, I think it would be a happy situation.
I think I'd be getting ahead of myself if I said that we chose them, because I think equally they chose us. But I think Dentsu Aegis Network is one of the youngest networks in the world today, and they have very aggressive plans, and they want to get ahead really soon. I think for an agency like ours, which has had the same kind of perspective when it comes to growth or what we want to do, I think there's a match, and I think we play into each other's strengths and capabilities when it comes to that. So I guess, and then of course the Japanese angle for creative people is always.
Magari Bowen brings in a lot of international exposure to us. It's a much bigger playground now. It's global alignments, much larger scale to work with. So I think that's what we will benefit from, and so that's about it.
Also, a few days back, we caught up with Kartik Iyer and Praveen Das separately and spoke to them about their journey with Happy Creative Services, their plans for the agency, the clients, and the work that they are happy about.
Kartik and Praveen, thank you for talking to Storyboard.
Thank you. Thank you.
So to begin with, Kartik, tell me about how this all began.
Well, it's been 9 years now. I think it was 2007. And Praveen and myself met at Ogilvy. I had done about 3 years. Praveen had just joined. I think he'd done like 3-4 months. And I don't know, I think we just kind of got along. I never had a partner, long-term partner as a creative team.
Right.
So I kind of operated working with different people, and I was leading a group in Ogilvy, he was leading a group at Ogilvy, and we kind of ended up sitting close to each other. So it started with us talking about work that's happening in each other's team and kind of getting views from the other person, and I think the comfort started there. And he's the kind of guy who used to work late. I'm the kind of guy who used to start early. So we were like the movie Lady Hawk. We used to meet at twilight. So he'd be going home in the morning and I'd be coming in. Right. And yeah, so it all started with a bunch of laughs. And
so Praveen, tell me, which was your first client, and what was the feeling when that first client came on?
I think our first client was Chamrajpet Charles.
Right.
We after we set up Happy, and we were scouting for clients, and we were on our way to this distillery called Paul Distilleries, and we went there, and our first interaction with the client, and we spoke about what we've done in the past, and it was quite interesting, and we ended up playing a video game with him for about 2 hours. So it was on our way back from there is when this idea struck us. You know, we were just like Kartik being a part-time stand-up comedian. We just rapped on the Anglo-Indian philosophy, and then we came up with we came up with this character called Chamraj Pichals,
Right.
and that's how it all kick-started, and that's when we found our first idea for
So
Happy.
what is the size of the check? The Chamraj Pichals, what is the size of that billing?
I think it was of 2,000 rupees.
Yeah, per script.
Per script.
And we moved up to 5,000 rupees because it did so well.
Okay, so then what is the first real big work you did?
I think it was Lee. Lee
Right.
was scouting for an agency. They were working with an agency in Bombay,
Right.
and they were having difficulty working from another city, so they wanted to try somebody out. And we got called in for a end of season sale ad. It was 1 quarter page ad, and that was it. We did it, and they loved it, and they released it, and then we were called in for a briefing for 2 projects with the CEO.
Right.
And those projects were actually both retail projects. They were not retail design. They had nothing to do with advertising.
Right.
And that was the first big thing.
You know, in this journey now, you worked with 2 of the biggest unicorns in the e-com space today.
3.
3 is it?
Three, yeah.
Is it? There's
Flipkart, Myntra, and all.
Oh, okay. Myntra is now part of Flipkart.
Now part of it. Yeah.
Anyway, tell me how Flipkart happened.
To be very honest, they were the what you call the core team at that time, and they were looking for a young agency like themselves. So Flipkart also started in 2007 by 2 guys, and one of the team members had heard of us. We were just called in for a briefing.
Right.
I think they saw somewhere in us like 2 guys just like themselves who were trying to do something.
Right.
Strange thing about Flipkart and Myntra, they were not connected that time. Both the pitches happened on the same week, and we won both the pitches purely on strategy without a single piece of creative shared.
Right.
So and we won them back to back.
Right.
I think on Thursday or something we won 1 account, and on Friday.
So Praveen, tell me how did your life change once you won Flipkart? Your life as in Happy's life.
Our lives, it gave us more confidence, and it really pushed us, and how would I say it? It's like it gave us the required amount of energy to take
And money, of course.
and money. I mean, those days it was a little bit, but it took us to the next level. It gave us more confidence. After we got Lee on board, when we got these e-commerce clients on board, it just gave us that boost.
So Kartik, if I asked you to list, the 5 milestones of Happy's life, what would those 5 be?
One, obviously, the day that we came up with the name Happy, I think that was like something that even today remains a very fresh talking point, even for us.
Right.
But I'd keep that out. 5 major milestones. One was doing the Incredible India film. The project came to Prakash Verma and Nirvana, but he commissioned us to work on the script.
Right.
And we always used to say, that was year 2, we said, hey man, we're getting to do a campaign for the world's biggest brand in India. And we did that film, and actually that film, we only wrote it and conceptualized it, but it just flew right through all approvals without any hitches, and that film went on to win the world's best tourism commercial in 2009.
Right.
That's definitely one big one. Flipkart, without doubt. Flipkart Kids, everything that we did with it to create the category, of e-commerce with that. That's definitely one big one. Launching Diesel, for us it was like a huge personal thing. I think advertising guys, we always love those ads. One day we'll do a campaign for Diesel, and to actually end up launching Diesel in India, getting to create original content, and finally meeting Renzo Rosso himself at the launch party, and for him to tell us, you guys are really stupid. It was quite a moment. I'll never forget. We were like little 2 beavers when we met him. Other than that, setting up the design cell, definitely a big moment at Happy, because we've always wanted to be a medium agnostic company, but in terms of the opportunities and how we started working with early stage companies, and I think we saw it about 4 or 5 years back, and we started the design cell, which you know, it being in its own category, it grows slowly, but it's grown surely for us, and has given us a different strength in another discipline.
Yeah. You know, of late, you've been doing some dabbling in Tamil. You as in Happy has been doing so. Why did you get into Tamil, and what does it do for you as an agency?
So I wouldn't look at it as Tamil as much as purely to manage perception. We've never worked on regional accounts. We've only worked on national accounts because it's just a perception game.
Right.
So we were very clear from day one that we'll only work on national accounts. So Preeti, which is a extremely famous brand in South India, I mean, after being acquired by Philips, is now making foray into taking the brand across the country, and that's where we got brought in, and we won the account about a year ago. In that journey, there's a fair amount of Tamil work that's happening for Preeti, and yeah, I mean, we've many South Indians in our agency, and you know, it's not a translation game for us. So I think we just use the sensibility to our strength, and we're just enjoying it. That's all.
Okay, now that you've reached this stage, it's 9 years, almost 10 years. It's a long time for any agency. So well done to survive 9-10 years.
Thank you.
So advertising has changed a lot in the 9 years that you have been in existence. You know, much more than you can imagine. So Kartik, tell me, what is the next phase for Happy?
The game for us is to stay true to where we began, to be a medium agnostic, ideas-based agency. Right? And we didn't come up with ideas. There are different words today. They say content, short format, long format. So at the end of the day, the core of what we do is we love brands. We know what it takes to build brands, and what kind of stories a brand should stay to be relevant to the market or its consumers.
Right.
The formats will come and go, will keep changing.
Right.
I think the pressure will always be on for us to stay on the ball, if not ahead of the curve. And I think our journey is to remain medium agnostic, is to continue to build brands, whether it's at an early stage where you're designing the logo, coming up with the positioning or the essence or whatever, or right down to whether it is launching a brand or creating a category or reviving a dying opportunity, something like that.
Now, Kartik, there's been a blog in Economic Times in Brand Equity which spoke about the fact that Happy built Flipkart, and that caused a lot of debate. Do you believe you built Flipkart?
We built the brand of Flipkart, yes. I mean, we definitely created a tone of voice, and I wouldn't say it was only Happy. Obviously, it's a team.
Absolutely.
The leadership at Flipkart, who were there then and who were, heading marketing, Ravi Vora specifically. I think this group definitely built the brand of Flipkart. Now, people could say it just so happened that it was Happy, right time, right place. Yeah, but sure, I would say that about Freddie Mercury as well.
So, Praveen, the last question I'm going to ask you guys. Any regrets in the 9 years?
I have nothing like that. Do you have?
Nothing really.
It has always been a very exciting and happy journey.
Right.
So, when you're happy, you don't look at things that are negative.
Perfect.
I mean, ignorance and naivety have been our greatest.
That is not a regret.
Yeah. So I mean, everything that hit us, we fell down, but because we were young and we didn't know better, we were quick to get up and recourse, change whatever we did. I think that has been the secret.
Fantastic secret. Well done. It's taken you all the way here. 9 years of running a business is never easy. And all the best for the next 9, next 9, and next 9.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kartik. Thank you, Praveen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is time for us to take a short break. When we return, we speak to Steve Hasker, Global President and CEO Nielsen, about the challenges faced by a marketer today and how is Nielsen finding solutions for them.